Hey, what's up everybody? It's Damron. I'm playing Elder Scrolls Online. In this video, we're going to be going over the Orsinium Patron achievement, which is part of the Orsinium or Hrothgar DLC. This particular achievement requires you to make 15 donations to the Orsinium City Solicitors, which are a random NPC encounter found throughout Hrothgar. And this is just a map of their locations that I found on ElderScrollsGuides.com. Again, I don't want to take credit for this. I did not make it, but those squares with the people in them throughout the map are locations that you could potentially find this city solicitor. Now, they're not guaranteed to be there. This is a random NPC encounter, and I'm going to actually show you a very efficient way to look for them. But first, let's go ahead and show you what you're looking for, and that is this NPC encounter here. You'll have a city solicitor with kind of a treasure trunk beside her, as well as a guard. That's what you're looking for, and they can be in those locations. Now, one of the things that you can do to basically speed this up is you can make donations to the same solicitor with multiple characters, so long as you have a buddy that's with you, and you basically have your friend or you stay in this location while you or your friends switch characters and then come back. And I'll show you that, but as long as you have a friend that's staying with the solicitor, then it won't despawn. If you were to just leave the area and come back, then it would despawn. And the reason that's relevant is because you can only make one donation per hour per character. So if you make a donation and leave, well, now you'd have to find a new city solicitor. So I'm going to show you that right here. So basically, my friend has joined my party. He went to that city solicitor location. I logged out. I'm going to log back in with another just crap character that I made. Again, you can just create characters to do these things. And then I'm going to travel to him, go back to the same location, and the city solicitor is still there because he's been holding on to that instance. Now I can make a second donation with a second character and again do the same thing. But now if you look at my achievements, because the achievements are count wide now, I've gone from 13 to 14, so I'm only one away. So now I can log out and log back in with my other character, my main character, go back to the same location and again make another donation. So now I have made 3 donations from the same solicitor in just a matter of minutes, because we held on to this particular area just to maximize the amount of donations that we can make once we found one. So now what I want to do is show you a very efficient route that I kind of took in order to find an Orsinium City Solicitor, and that starts at Siege Road Way Shrine, which is on the western side of the map. And what I'm going to show you is a route that I take that finds these locations pretty quickly. So you could say log in, and the first thing you do is find one of these, and just kind of east of that way shrine along the main road, and they're all on the main road, one of them can actually spawn right here. And sometimes what I do is I just wait here until the NPC encounter spawns. Something will spawn. It could be a Trinidad priest, it could be the city solicitor, it could be someone trying to sell you booze, but for me in this particular run, a Malakath priest spawns. So now my kind of run starts. So you see right here, it could have been a city solicitor. So I'm going to show you the path that I take. Again, I think this is a very efficient way to find an Orsinium City Solicitor to get started. So we're going to start from this way shrine, and we're going to kind of head east along this main road here. We're going to follow it all the way up to this way shrine right here, and then go north, and at this fork take a right, and we're going to basically take this all the way north of the Orsinium City all the way to the Chatul Way Shrine. And there's about 6 or 7 potential spawns in that route, okay? And I'm just going to show it to you because it's really fast, but essentially just kind of stay on this road. And again, like I said, you could wait at all those locations. You could even run away from the location that I just showed you and then run back and wait for something else to spawn. You could do it however you want to, but essentially you're looking for random spawns. But I hate just kind of sitting in one pace, so I kind of just like to roll. One of the locations is right here on the other side of that bridge, so that's a location that you can get an NPC encounter to spawn. So we're going to be continuing along the road. Again, stay on the main road. It's a really easy path to take. And then when you get up here, you're going to see the kind of forks to the left, but it's okay. This little dirt path leads you to the same thing. Just stay on the road, and we're going to keep going. One could potentially spawn in this area right here. And then as you get up to the foot of this bridge, you can have one spawn right here. This is actually the one that we were at in the beginning of the video. So a city solicitor could spawn right there. And then if you cross the bridge, we're going to go over into this kind of woodworking area. There actually can be one that spawns right after this tree here, kind of right here to the right. So right where I'm at right now. And then it go, past that, you're going to come to another bridge, and one can spawn right here. on this side of the bridge, and then we're going to cross over that bridge, and we're going to keep heading east again, just along the main road. There's not too many locations here, but you know, it's a nice little stroll. I like Orsinium, you know, I like going through Hrothgar. I like the kind of rock architecture of the orc area. I think it's pretty cool. But once you get to this fork, again, like I mentioned, we're going to take a left and start heading north a little bit, but shortly after that, it's going to fork again to the right, and we're going to head back east, kind of toward the Trader's Way Shrine. Again, we're kind of heading in the direction of the Orsinium city itself. And if you follow this path, when you kind of come around this bend right here, there's another spawn to the left of the road right here in kind of the grassy knoll area. One can spawn right up in there, so that's a possible location. And then we're going to cross over the bridge here, this next bridge heading east. You can see we're actually heading pretty close to the actual city itself. And when you cross over and we're approaching the main gate of Orsinium, you can either go straight to the city, left or right. We're going to hang a left here. There is a location to the right, but I don't, you know, find it particularly helpful. So here's another spawn. So I just got a random NPC to spawn here, but it's not the one that we're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and keep heading northeast, so to speak. And this is kind of the direction actually where you're going to be picking up your world boss dailies. And as you cross over this bridge, you can kind of just head into this area. Again, this is where you pick up your world boss dailies from that building right there. So that's a good way. But again, stay on the main road. And as you're coming out of this, you know, these few buildings, this is kind of a little farm with some cows. As you get right on the other side of this wooden fence, there's another NPC spawn right here. So you could get it to spawn right there. But Tasha just moved really fast. That's impressive. And then from there, we're going to be going to the Shatul Way Shrine. There's another NPC spawn that can happen right here beside the Way Shrine. And the reason that this is a good path is because when you're done, now you can just hop in the Way Shrine and take it back to where we started. And theoretically, you could just keep running that route if you wanted to. But again, you could just go to a location, run far away from it, make it despawn, and run back to that same location. Nonetheless, however you really want to do it, ultimately using that character swap method is a great way, because you have to do 15 and you can only deposit once per character per hour. So I do recommend trying to character swap if you can. And I hope you guys found this helpful as always, and hopefully I'll see you out in Tamriel.